Hello. Today we're going to talk about do this and money will find you. All right. Do this and money will find you is the title for today's video. As you guys are coming in, please go ahead and like the video. Let me know that you're here. Let me know if you can hear me. And of course, if you've got questions about manifesting as I'm going, feel free to drop them in the chat. But again, today we're going to be talking about, what you can do to make money find you. So, does it ever feel like money is hard to get? Does it feel like money is hard to get for you? ASMR can hear me. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Guillaume. Thank you very much. All right. So does it feel like money is hard to get? And does it bother you? Here's a good question. This is a question. This is a question that may prickle the ego a bit, but does it ever bother you to see other people manifesting money that you want or manifesting things that you want? Happens to a lot of people. Does it seem to you that some people have an easier time manifesting and you'd like to know what it is that they're doing? If any of this appeals to you, we're going to talk about this in today's live. How do we make abundance chase us? Because you may have noticed some people are very good at letting money show up, but a lot of people struggle with it. Okay, a lot of people are chasing money rather than having money chase them. So in today's live, we're going to talk about some of these core principles that people who attract wealth use. And some of them are going to radically violate what you're used to for some of you, okay? And if what I say, if some of this rubs you the wrong way, that's a good thing, okay? Because if it rubs you the wrong way, that means we've come up against something that if you tweak, you're going to see big results, okay? So whenever I talk about modifying a particular way of thinking or behavior, if that feels like, that just feels wrong, and you haven't been manifesting money, well, then that's a good one to look at, okay? Because we're banging up against a limitation. So I put that out as a disclaimer to begin with before we jump in, because the first one can be kind of a sensitive one that I've got here for you. Before we get going real quick, Pri, I see the super chat. Thank you so much. I'll answer that one in just a moment. Okay, so hang with me. And yes, if you guys have questions, feel free to go ahead and drop them into the chat. Okay. So let's start with the first one. Okay, so here's the first thing that we want to keep in mind if you want money to chase you. And this is something that a lot of people are doing the opposite. Most people do the opposite. Okay, and so what you want to cultivate is a sense that other people's financial successes are your own. Okay, meaning if somebody else that you know attracts money, gets a promotion, rolls up in a brand new car, whatever the case may be, you want to cultivate a sense that their financial win is your financial win. If you can do this successfully, and you can, okay, we'll talk about how to do it. If you can do this successfully, what's going to happen is you're going to become a stronger magnet for money, much stronger magnet for money. Now, what most people are doing is the opposite. Okay, so for most people, if your friend gets a raise, it may bug you. You may not say it out loud. You may not say anything rude. You may actually be very nice about it. But inwardly, there's kind of this sense of, why'd she get the raise? Or why'd he get the money? Why'd they get the car? Okay. And again, you may be very friendly and very, very polite on the exterior. But if you sense that there's this feeling of wistfulness, maybe a little bit of envy or a little bit of jealousy back there, then this is a really good one to work on, because this one right here is a game changer, okay? You want to cultivate the attitude that any financial win is your win. Not only that, any financial win is a win that you manifested, okay? So when we talk about how to do this, the real strategy is simple. Okay, you always want to remember that you are the one creating your reality, meaning that everything going on in your reality is something that you manifested. Okay, so we live in this infinite universe of infinite possibilities. The possibilities that you are aligning with are the ones that you manifested. So, if a friend of yours gets a raise and has some good fortune, you manifested that. If somebody that you know came into some money and now they're living a more and abundant and blessed life, you manifested that. Why? Because it's in your reality. There are infinite other realities out there where your friend didn't get the raise, where the friend got fired, or when the person that you love lost a bunch of money. So you have to understand that. You want to be stocking your reality with as much abundance as humanly possible. So every time you see somebody winning, every time you see financial gain, every time you see financial improvement, it's a sign that you personally are becoming more abundant. So you want to accept that, okay? When you start to accept other people's wins, the message that you start putting out subconsciously to the universe is, I'm attracting money. I'm manifesting blessings. My reality is becoming more and more abundant. Now, you don't just have to rely on the dollars in your bank account in order for you to feel abundant. Anybody around you winning becomes a reason for you to feel abundant, which gives you limitless opportunities to feel more abundant. So this is the switch. Now, I've talked about this one on my channel before, and I stumbled onto this years ago when it came to cars. And then as I started applying it, I noticed that people who were wealthy actually seemed to exhibit this trait as well. But when I first stumbled upon it, it was with cars, okay? So I always have had a thing for cars. If you followed me for a long time, you know I love cars, okay? And by the way, I'm in the market for a new car. So if you've got any ideas on what I should get next, drop it in the comments and let me know what you think. All right, but I've always had a thing for cars. And so one thing that I noticed is that when I would see nice cars on the road, I would always get excited about them. And particularly when I first started learning about the law of attraction, I started to associate, oh, I manifested that Lexus. I manifested that Mercedes. I manifested that BMW simply because I liked seeing them on the road. Now, funny enough, as this was going on, the kinds of cars that I was able to get got better and better and better and better. And so for me, getting cars that I want has always been a fairly simple process for me. And I've been able to level up the kinds of cars that I get over and over and over again. And I attribute it to this. I don't see somebody else driving down the road in some really beautiful car and think, oh, I wish I had that. Or that guy must be lucky, must be nice. I don't think that at all. I think, wow, I just manifested that really cool Porsche. That's what I think. And that makes me a magnet for more nice cars because every time I see a nice car, I take it as my own. Now, you also see wealthy people, like I said, wealthy people do this also, okay? And people who are winning in life do this also. You may notice, like if you listen to interviews of some of the top athletes in the world, a lot of them prefer to train with their competition or with people who are really good like them. They like to be around the top performers. Why? Because it makes them better. They don't want to be the best one next to a bunch of people who are losing. They don't want to be training with people who aren't abundant in wins. No, no, no. They want to be around the people who are winning. And so they get excited to be around that. Same thing with wealthy people. Wealthy people like to be around other people who are winning financially. It gives them more inspiration. It makes them feel more abundant. Okay, so this is a very important thing to understand. Okay, it is a more poverty mindset to have that sense of envy or that sense of I wish it were me. Okay, and so if you have any of that, this is one you really want to correct. And again, the way you do it is by taking ownership. This is my reality. So every time somebody wins, I made my reality more abundant. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, let's grab this super real quick. Pri, that's a very generous super. Thank you so much. Here's Pri's question today. Hi, Andrea. My brother-in-law and his wife are excluding us and turning other family and friends against us. They again all met up over the weekend and didn't invite us, posted the photos everywhere to make us feel bad. My sister-in-law is toxic and jealous of me. Help. I remember you asking a question similar to this a few weeks back, Pri. So yeah, let's talk about this. So a couple things. I don't know if you were on the last two lives, Pri, but I talked about something that I think is helpful in this situation. Maybe some of you guys who are here remember it. I talked about the pyramid. Okay? You want to always be putting yourself on the top of the pyramid in your reality. Okay? The tippy top. Okay? So I'm the creator. Now, at the top of the pyramid, that's like king or queen energy. They're at the top of the hierarchy. Okay? They're in charge. Everything below them is working for them. So all of the resources are flowing up to the king and queen. All of the favor is flowing up to the king and queen. All of the acceptance, all of the admiration is going up towards the king or the queen. So in each of your realities, you want to place yourself in your own reality at the top of the pyramid. Okay, some people might call this main character energy. I've heard that term floating around too. That's another way to look at this. Okay. Now, in a situation like this, whenever we find ourselves looking to someone to accept us, whether it's a sister-in-law or whomever, now we're not at the top of our pyramid. Now we're looking up at the sister-in-law to accept us. So now we have put her at the top of the pyramid, and now we are below looking for her favor. Okay. That's kind of what goes on. And whenever you guys are dealing with bullying, or if you're dealing with narcissistic or toxic people and you're really struggling with those people, there is this sense of either I want their approval, or I want them to stop bothering me, or they have power or authority over me. Okay. When we get into that kind of a dynamic, now again, the power is floating out of us up to them. So we put ourselves into a reality where we become victims of that situation. So what you want to do in situations like this, Pri, is you want to knock her off the pyramid, put her back where she belongs with the peasants, okay? And I'm speaking this from experience because it sounds like this is a narcissistic family structure. Okay, so the experience that you have here with your sister-in-law, I've had that exact experience with my father. Okay, so my dad did this kind of stuff. And it is very important to understand that, of course, we always want to have a high vibration, right? That's what we're seeking for. But if you're in an entanglement with somebody where it's not a positive one, there's two routes to go. One is to go into the victim mentality, and the victim mentality feels more like fear. It feels more like sadness. It feels more like victimization. But you can also move a little bit higher on the vibrational scale and go to anger. Okay? Anger is empowerment. Anger is, I have the authority. Okay? And so if you guys are struggling with people like this, don't try to go all positive and Pollyanna the situation, okay? Because that's you really just trying to appease the other person. Instead, what you want to do is take your authority and become kind of indignant against this person and put them back in their place in your mind. Okay, so what I want you to think about, this may sound very toxic, guys, but it works, so I'm just going to tell it to her because I think it's very helpful. I want you to sit down and think about why your sister-in-law is a total loser. Seriously, why is she a loser? Why are you better than her? Okay, seriously. What kind of a loser does this kind of stuff? Really get that into your mind, because the more you start to identify her as a loser, you are going to put her down further on the pyramid. You're going to put yourself back up where you belong. The other thing is, this is great for toxic people, guys. I did it with my dad and it worked beautifully for me. So I do recommend this. If you associate them that way, a loser is not somebody that you want to associate with. A loser is somebody that you're fairly indifferent to. Like if you really think someone's a loser, you're like rolling your eyes. I don't even want to deal with you. You become indifferent to them and they become a non-player in your life. That's what we want to do with her. Okay? Because right now she has the power and authority over you. We want to get her back where she belongs. Okay. And then finally, another thing is this does sound like a narcissistic family structure dynamic. There are some books that are really good for understanding this. And I always recommend, let's see, what's the name? Let me look it up real quick. Dana Morningstar has some really great books on this kind of nonsense where family turns you against, other family, that kind of stuff. She's got one called The Narcissist Playbook and one called Out of the Fog. I think those would be really great reads for you. Okay, good luck. Excellent question. I'm starting deep today, guys. Starting deep. All right. Again, today's topic is do this and the money will find you. We're talking about some things that you can do to shift your vibration and your energy so you let money chase you rather than you feeling like you always have to chase the money. Real quick, I do want to mention, I put at the top of the chat, I do have a course coming up. I know I've been talking about this. It is coming up in a few weeks, probably about, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks. It should be going live. It's a new program and I'm building it because of a lot of the questions that I've been getting on these lives. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions from people that want to find a passionate career, or they feel like they're stuck in a job with maybe toxic coworkers or a toxic boss. Maybe they feel like they're working a lot harder than they should be and not making nearly enough money. Some people have been mentioning they feel like there's something that's out there for them, but they have no idea what that career might be or what that might look like. Okay. And I have even gotten some stuff from people who have successful careers where they're making money, but the passion isn't there. So if you're in any of these boats where you're wanting to start into an endeavor where you have a career that you're very passionate about, you have fun with, it feels like you're just enjoying your day and you're making lots of money. Okay. Not one or the other. This is a program that would interest you. Okay. And so this program is called The Golden Path. Again, I'm still working on it, but it will be ready in a few weeks. And when I launch it, like I do with all my courses, I'm going to launch it for a very limited time sale. So for the first week only, you can get that program for 50% off. So if you go ahead and sign up for the notifications, I'll send you that coupon code when the program goes live. So if you're on Facebook or Instagram, you should be able to see the link in the description of this video. If you are on Instagram, all of my links are in the link tree on my bio. So make sure to go ahead and sign up for that so you get the notifications and you can see what that program is all about when I release it in a few weeks. All right. All right, guys. Again, today we're talking about do this and the money will find you. Okay, so the first thing we talked about was you want to start to see other people's financial successes as your own. Take ownership for them. Okay. The next one. I think a lot of you guys know this one, but sometimes people are afraid to do this or they think other people will judge them. So we got to talk about this one because it's got to be dominant. Okay. You want this dominant. And so the next thing you want to do is you want to speak positively on money. Speak positively about money. So it's very, very common for the masses to be talking about how money is the root of all evil and money makes people greedy and there's more to life than money. These are common things we're used to hearing. And hopefully, if you've been following the law of attraction for any length of time, you've started to catch on that way of thinking is poverty mindset. If you haven't, newsflash, it is, okay? But hopefully you already kind of knew that. But a lot of times people don't understand that not only do we want to not say that stuff, okay? Obviously, we don't want to be saying that, but we also want to cultivate a very positive relationship with how we discuss and look at money. We want to see money as a positive thing. We want to see money as a beneficial thing, okay? And the reason why is you get what you focus on, okay? And so we want to focus on money in order to attract it, but in order to attract it, we have to have positive feelings about it. Okay, because when we focus on something and we feel good about it, we attract more of it. But when we focus on something and we feel bad about it, we attract a lack in that department. That's why a lot of people, when they start in with the law of attraction and they start to focus on money, it's hard for them to get off the ground because they start focusing on money, but in the back of their mind they're thinking, it's not good for me to have this. This makes me a greedy person. Only shallow people want this stuff. Okay. So their focus only amplifies the lack. Okay, so we got to turn this one around. You have to start to identify that money is good, money is helpful. You have respect for money. You appreciate money. Okay. And the other thing is too, is that you want this to become so normalized that even within your conversations with other people, you don't get those twinges to kind of go backwards. I hope you guys understand what that means. You probably do. You guys ever have this? Like you're raising your vibration, you're thinking more positive, but then you go talk to some friends and they're talking all negative about money, and it's just so easy to go back there with them, okay? This is something that will happen until we become very dominant in the idea that money is good, money is beneficial, money is helpful. So you do want to have a positive attitude about money. You want to avoid talking about it negatively, but you also want to be the type of person that if in a conversation the subject comes up, you stay positive about it. Okay. So it can be helpful to avoid at first conversations with people that you know have very negative viewpoints on money. So if you know that your aunt is always going to be talking about greedy people, no sense in even bringing that up with her. Okay. But if you know some other people who are maybe a little bit more abundant and a little bit more in this mindset, with those people, you can talk money. Okay. So this is something that was very helpful to me on my abundance growth journey. Was I made it my mission to get around more people who have money. And this is one of the reasons why. Because when I'm around people who make money, they have a positive relationship with money. They like talking money. They think money's great. So if you bring up the subject, there's none of that, ooh, this is for greedy people. That's just not even there. They automatically want to talk, well, I made this and this is coming and this investment. And oh my gosh, this is paying off. And what about this? We could make money over here. They're excited about it. Okay, so if this is an area that you're struggling with, look into your environment, seek out the people that you know personally who are the most abundant, spend more time talking to them. It can also be very helpful to put yourself in environments where you're around wealthier people. Shop in wealthier districts. Do your grocery shopping in the wealthier side of town, okay? Join clubs or just put yourself in areas where more people with money are so that when the subject comes up, you naturally start to speak positively about it. It becomes normal for you. And the idea of talking about it negatively is just so foreign, it doesn't even make sense to you anymore. Okay, that's the second one we absolutely want to do. All right, let's grab some questions before we move along. And Dini asks, well, this is a technical question. Is Andrea's live changed now to an hour earlier? You know, I don't know where you are on Earth. And maybe even in America. In most of the United States, we had daylight savings last Sunday. So depending on if the time didn't change for you where you are, then it probably does look like my time changed. My time didn't change, but time changed in general for us. So that's what that was. Good question. So whatever time it was today, you can expect that for about the next 6 months until the time changes again. And then we'll go back and do this fun little dance again. Oh, we got some supers here. Hold on. See if I can find them. Carlton, thank you for the super. Win in the mind, win it in the life. Exactly. You got to win here first. Britt, thank you for the super, Britt. I appreciate you. Britt attracts $2 lottery wins. How can I increase it? Celebrate the lottery wins. Make a big deal out of them. Okay? So what will usually happen when people attract like amounts like that, what they'll often say, I only attracted $2. Why didn't I make the $50? Why didn't I get the $100? What you want to do instead is, even if something's very, very small by your perception, you want to make it a big deal in your mind. I won. Oh my gosh, I won. I'm so good at winning the lottery. I'm so good at winning these. So now you're focused on I win, I'm having, I'm receiving, and then you can get more. Now, if the next, let's just play this out for a second. Let's say that the next time you play, instead of a $2 win, because you've been celebrating, you get a $3 win. Ooh, right? Well, that may not seem like a big deal on the surface, but it's a huge opportunity for you to say, I'm attracting even more when I win. I'm attracting bigger wins. I'm attracting bigger wins. Okay? That's how you get the momentum going. I talk about this sometimes with sales. Okay? Like if I'm having like a goose egg day, I'll just ask for, can I just get like a small sale, a little $17 sale? That'd be great. If I get a little $17 sale, I'm like, all right, we're winning today. And then I get another one, and then I get another one, and then I get a bigger one because I'm thinking about what I have. Okay? That's the big thing. Good question. Fairy Dragon, thank you for the super. Fairy Dragon asks, Dear Andrea, my granny trained to look down on my mom how to stop. She is wise, loving, and I would like to stop being rude on autopilot and be nice. Okay, this is one of those situations where we want to get our nose out of it, okay? And the reason why I'm going to say this is that this is your mom's problem and your grandmother's problem, and you're trying to intervene vibrationally to solve it. Now, it's coming from a very genuine and positive place, right? I want people to get along. That's what I want. But when I stick my nose into it, what I'm saying is this is out of control. They can't handle this on their own. My mom's being bullied. She doesn't know how to stand up for herself. She needs me to step in and help her. And any of you who have been in this situation knows this is a waste of time because you can't solve the problem for them that way. Okay? Well, in situations like that where other people are squabbling, what I try to put out there is this is something that they're working out energetically. It's important for my mother to learn how to stand up for myself, and it's important for my grandmother to learn how to act right. And they're trying to work that out right now. Maybe this is some karmic lesson that they have attracted to each other that they are working out now. I'm going to let them work that out. Me, I'm going to go back to having a good time and do what I need to do. Okay? Because if I start to go there and notice the problem, then every time I'm around them, the problem will get bigger. But if instead I say a statement like they're figuring this out and I back out of it, now they may actually figure it out. And by the way, this is something I do with my children when they're fighting with each other. Okay? So a lot of times parents want to get involved and make the kids get along. It's so much easier for me to say something like, well, you know what? They're working something out right now. They're learning how to interact with people properly. They're learning what boundaries are. Let them figure that out. I'm going to go get my vibration higher. And then I come back and they're fine. Okay? Excellent question. Luis, thank you for the super. Appreciate you. Luis also appreciates and loves luxury cars for their beauty, comfort, and technology. So it's easier for us to enjoy manifesting them on the road. But lots of people just want them to brag, feel better than others, so they'll have a hard time applying point one. Ooh, that's a good point. That's true. Yeah, so and that's a broad point for all kinds of manifestations that Luis just made here. A lot of times when people learn about the law of attraction, they want to start to go and attract things to kind of prove to themselves and other people like, okay, I made it, or I figured out the law of attraction, or I'm a manifesting superstar. And it really becomes not really about getting that thing or the enjoyment of that thing, but rather the perception of what the outside world thinks about that thing. And that's a real hang up with the law of attraction, because when we do that, instead of managing our energy internally, we start to look externally for validation rather than just going where internally we feel good. And so this is another reason. It's a great point that you brought up. This is another reason why people can struggle to manifest, is that they're all hung up in, let me prove something, rather than the joy of the having of the thing. So yeah, I would say that I feel the same way with the cars. So I enjoy sitting in them. I enjoy driving them. I love listening to them. I love the color of them. I love them shining in the, so for me, it's a very visceral, exciting experience. And sure, people think that you're great when you're in one of those cars. That's for sure. But I'm really enjoying the driving of the car and the experiencing of the car. And so anything that you guys want to manifest, you want to get into that vibration of you enjoying it for yourself, not for what the peanut gallery thinks about it. Okay? Because you're aligning with what they think anyway. Okay? So what they think doesn't even really matter because it's your manifestation. Great point. I feel like another one came in, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I think we got all of those. All right, guys. Again, we're talking today about what you can do to make money chase you. Again, the first one we talked about was other people's successes are your own. The second one was to speak positively on money. Okay, here's the third. And this one is very similar to the first one. See other people's successes as your own, but it's a slight variation. Okay. And I've got to mention it because I see this all the time in the questions. Got to mention it because if you guys get this one, wow, you're going to let a lot more money come in. Okay. This is to accept all money that comes to you as your manifestation. Okay. All money that comes to you is your manifestation. This one is for a lot of times people whose spouses make more money than them, or if you're a stay-at-home spouse, or maybe you're getting money like maybe you're getting some kind of, maybe it's a welfare check, maybe it's a dividend check, maybe there's something that's coming to you that you do not perceive is money that you earned, okay? When you attract money that you didn't earn, a lot of times what people will say to themselves is, I didn't manifest that. That doesn't count. That's not the way I wanted it to come. I wanted it to come through my work, or I wanted to intentionally manifest it through the lottery. I didn't want to get it through my husband's bonus. I didn't want to get it through that welfare check. I didn't want to get it through that stimulus check. I didn't want to get it through that rebate. I wanted to get it this way. Okay? Here's the thing to understand. If it came to you, you manifested it, okay? And anything that you manifest that you want more of, you want to appreciate and take ownership of, okay? So, and this is one that I stumbled on with my husband because back before I started doing this, I was a teacher. I didn't make very much money. He made a little bit more money than me, so I would get jealous. I would get envious if he manifested money when I was learning about the law of attraction. This is BS. I should have manifested it myself. But what I figured out is if money's coming to you in a way that you don't really want and you celebrate it, you get a lot more of it. Okay. So for some of you, you may find that it's actually, if you start appreciating these other ways that it's coming to you, that fire hose can really open. To where now maybe your wife is making even more bonuses, okay? Or the stimulus check that they gave you, they decided to double or triple because you appreciated it and you weren't very resistant to it because it wasn't really the way you technically wanted it to come. I'm telling you guys this because this is one of those key things that can make the floodgates really open all around you where money's coming in lots of different places and it takes the pressure off of you to get it from one specific place. Okay, so this is a very important point. If it came to you, you manifested it. And if you like manifesting money and you like having money in your pocket, no matter how it came to you, you want to tell yourself, I manifested that. I manifested my husband's bonus. I manifested my wife's raise. I did that. Because then that puts out the message, I'm manifesting money. I'm making the money. Not only will it allow that avenue to open, it will actually allow you to manifest more money in different places because you're practicing the affirmation, I manifested money. Okay? So that's a very important thing. If it came, you did it. Take ownership. Let me get some more supers here. Hold on. Opulent Beauty asks, this is the last live you will catch because you'll be on your new job Sunday through Thursday. What course of yours can you buy that will help in sales, commission? Ooh. Well, you can watch the lives after they will record to YouTube, so you can watch them even if they're not live, okay? As for the courses, the best one in alignment with that actually would probably be the Entrepreneur Fast Lane program. And that one's really for people that are building businesses, but it's also really geared towards people that have to make sales. Okay. So you might want to take a look at that one. Mary, would you put a link to Entrepreneur Fast Lane in the chat for Opulent Beauty? You can just take a look at what all is in it and see if it's a good fit for you. Okay. And hope you get a day off one of those days so you come back and visit. Good luck. Okay, Fairy Dragon has an addendum. Okay, sorry. She trained you to be rude to your mom since when you were a child. Okay. She trained you. Okay, your grandmother trained you to be rude to your mom when you were a child. Now you act badly towards her 35 years later. How to stop being rude and be nice. Okay, well that's a change of events. There is. Okay, so it is your issue, right? Okay, so this should actually be fairly simple to correct. Just realize that it's a habit, okay? It's a habit. So you got into a little habit when you were young, and it's just kind of running on autopilot. Don't beat up on yourself if you fall back into that habit, okay? So, you know, if it happens, it happens. You're doing the best that you can. But what you want to do is when you want to switch habits, guys, you want to find a new habit and start putting that one in place, so that the new habit starts to gain momentum and the old habit starts to die out. So what I would recommend for this particular situation is, you know, perhaps in the morning, I want you to sit there and think of some positive things about your mother, okay? Things that you appreciate, things that you enjoy, things that you respect about your mom, because we want to build up the idea that I respect my mother. So start dwelling on those things, because those thoughts will start to enhance. In addition to that, start to make a new habit. So when you call your mother or when you talk to your mother, when you're walking into that conversation, remind yourself, I'm going to practice the habit of being respectful and kind towards my mom. So I'm going to say something nice. I'm going to think about something that I like about her, focus on something she did well, and just make it your intention to do something positive and kind towards your mother. Okay? When you do it, pat yourself on the back. I did a good job. Good job. Okay. Try and do another. Good job. Okay. What will happen is it gets easier and easier for you to speak nicely to your mother. Okay. So you don't need to don't beat yourself up if you make a boo-boo. All right. Again, it's a habit. And the less you beat up on yourself for the boo-boo, the easier it will be for that older behavior to peter on out. Excellent question. And yes, very different dynamic. Snow Sparkle, thank you for the super. Appreciate you. Tammy, thank you for the super. Appreciate you, Tammy. Elisa. Hi, Andrea. I want to manifest a divorce and a new husband, but we have 3 kids and I feel bad about it. Advice. Okay. Well, first things first, guys. If you're not happy, no one's going to be happy. A lot of times, moms especially struggle with this one. That I'm going to sacrifice my own happiness and what I want to do at the altar of what the other people in my reality may want, or I think that they may want. So instead of me doing what I want to do, I'm not going to do what I want to do to make other people happy. But now because I'm not doing what I want to do, my vibration is going down. I'm no longer on top of the pyramid. I'm feeling powerless. And when I'm feeling powerless, what kind of a reality do I create? Not a good one. I start attracting problems to myself. What is of can't speak today. What is of paramount importance at all times is that your vibration comes first. You're doing what's important for you first. Because if you do that, you will stay on top of the pyramid. When you are on top of the pyramid, you are in king or queen energy, manifesting a fantastic reality. Not only that, now your vibration is higher, So when you're talking to your children or your husband or your ex-husband, as the cards may fall, you are in a higher vibration. And so you manifest better interactions with all of them, including the current husband. Okay? So what I want to say about this is just start doing what you want to do. Okay? If that leads to divorce, that's fine. That's what I need to do. Fine. Okay? Do not put your, I know that the children, we want to feel, don't feel bad for the kids. If you feel bad for the kids, you're not going to follow your compass. Okay? I hope that that's helpful. Another from Pri here. Pri, how do I attract more money on maternity leave? Appreciate the money that's coming in. Whatever's coming in, we want to celebrate. Where's it coming in from? Okay? What do I have? So don't look at the money that's gone. I'm not attracting this sum of money because now I'm on maternity leave, so I'm only making 30% of what I used to make. If we do that, we're focusing on the lack. Don't want to do that. Instead, we may want to focus on something like, wow, I'm getting paid XYZ to be on a vacation. Now, I know maternity leave isn't a vacation, okay? But I'm getting paid to stay home. Wow, how abundant am I? Wow, my husband brought in this much money. How abundant am I? Okay? Focus on what you have, and what you have will grow. Foxy Joe, thank you for the super. Foxy Joe says, I'm so upset with myself for blowing all of my lottery money 3 years ago. I'm sickened. Is this hampering my future ability to win again? The blowing of the money, no. No. The being sickened about it, yes. Okay. Okay. Spending, okay. Reframe what happened. I attracted all this money and I just let it go, like no big deal. Okay? Someone who can let go of money can attract more back in. You actually would have done yourself more of a disservice if you had hoarded the money, afraid to spend it, quite honestly. But the problem is right now in this moment, you're not honoring that what you did was an abundant choice. Rather, instead, you're beating up on yourself. I did the wrong thing. I lost all the money. I'm irresponsible. I'm irresponsible with money. Okay? Money isn't real, guys. It's not real. If it's not real, you don't need to be responsible with it. Sorry, I said it. It's the truth. You got to take it a lot less seriously. If I let it go, more comes back. Why? Because I'm playing the money game. Money is supposed to be circulated. That's the idea behind it. If it's no big deal, I attract more of it. So that's actually one of the techniques I actually talk about. If you're broke right now, I don't recommend starting with this one, okay? But as you start to accumulate some money, you want to get in the habit of letting it go. Because the easier you can let go, now you got hands open to receive. Okay? Good question. All right, let me grab my next point and then we'll get some more of these questions here. Again, today we're talking about how to speak positively. I'm not speak positively. I'm all over the place here. What to do to make money find you. So we talked about speaking positively on money. We talked about see other people's successes as your own. Accepting all money that comes to you as your manifestation. That's a big one. That's a big one. And then here's the next one that a lot of people get half right, but you want to get this whole right. All right. Don't do this halvesies nonsense with this one. Okay. To make money chase you, be generous without expectation. Be generous without expectation. That second part is critical. What you give, you get more of. Okay. So if you're in the habit of being generous, picking up checks, buying things for other people, if you're in the habit of that, what you give, you get more of. Okay? However, if you're giving with expectation realize that you're putting expectation out there. You're putting resistance out there. And so a lot of people out there who are spiritual folk, they're trying to be good, kind people. I know a lot of you guys are doing this. You're taking care of friends and relatives. You're paying off other people's debts. You're doing all this stuff, trying to be a good person. But in the back of your mind, I wonder if she's going to pay me back. Why didn't she say thank you? Wait, I bought that lunch. Shouldn't she buy me the next lunch? I bought them that. Shouldn't they say thank you for that? And there's this belief that if I gave it, I am owed. Got to get rid of that. Give without expectation. We just had a question right here about the lottery. Okay, this kind of ties into this question of the lottery. You want to be able to give money and just let it go, knowing all is good. Okay, so I like to think of being generous as gift giving. When you are generous towards people, think of it as a gift. If someone gave you a gift, like a sweater, okay, they got you some god-awful, hideous sweater, okay, but they really wanted to give you that sweater. They give it to you. If they insist that you wear it, you're probably not going to want to wear it. You're probably not going to be happy that you got it. But if they just give it to you, like, here's the sweater I wanted to give you, your heart will be warmed. You will appreciate that gift. And maybe you still don't actually want to wear the sweater, but now because they did something so nice for you and it was so heartfelt, now you really feel compelled to kind of pay it forward or to say something nice or to be appreciative because the person who gave you the hideous sweater just gave it to you from their heart. That was it. They didn't need anything. You don't want to be giving gifts, hovering over them. Did you use it? Did you wear it? Are you going to pay me back for it? Are you going to get me a gift? You don't want to be doing that. If you're doing that, that kind of energy actually blocks money. Okay, so when you're generous, this is just me giving. That's it. It can also help to kind of put it out there that, I know when I give, more comes back some way, somehow. So how it comes back doesn't matter to me. I feel like giving it to you. Okay? Be very careful when you are generous that you do so without expectation. All right, Lady Dracula asks, ooh, why isn't it coming up? Oh, that one came up. There we go. Lady Dracula, did you put a hex here on my, I couldn't put it up. 666, I love it. Okay, I wish for a house in Celebration, Florida, but fear to buy in another country. How do I stop fears? Just run at it. Run at it. If you guys want to do something, it can be a lot better to just start taking action, not because you know where the action is going to take you, but because it's going to keep you from getting into the fear cycle. The more you hold back to do something, the more the fear will start to compound. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if this is going to work, because what we focus on expands. So I always recommend to you guys to try and shorten the fear cycle as quick as possible. Just jump in. So instead of just wishing, maybe call an agent, a real estate agent in Celebration, Florida today. Ask some questions. Go online. See if you can schedule an online tour. Just do something to get the ball rolling, because then the fear will go away. And you will start focusing on the having of the dream rather than on the fear. Excellent question. Luis with another super. Thank you, Luis. Yes, Andrea, I guess the huge enemy for today's 3 points is pure ego. I want to win, be better than X. I need to be the wealthiest in my neighborhood. I want to get money by myself, etc. Yeah, that is what it is. Yep. Here's the wealthiest in the neighborhood analogy I like to give, okay? Hoping that you're better than everybody else is like hoping that you're the rich person cruising around in the poverty-stricken neighborhood in a brand new Cadillac. Do you really want to be that person? Do you really want to live in a mansion compared to a bunch of people living in shanties? Is that what you want? Or would you prefer to live in a mansion in a beautiful neighborhood surrounded by other beautiful homes and beautiful cars? Which one would you prefer? The truth of the matter is, you'd prefer to live in the beautiful neighborhood with all the other beautiful cars and homes. So, if that's the reality you want, You have to want that for your reality, not just for yourself. That makes sense. Nick, thank you for the super. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Christy for the super. I appreciate you, Christy. Thank you to Foxy Joe for the super. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. On Facebook, Ralph asks, "Hi, Andrea. I understand taking credit for other people's successes. However, what to do when your boss is assigning leads to my peers and leaving me out? So they're closing those deals." There's a few ways you could go with that one. I'll give you this one. This is training to make me even better salesperson. Listen, these bozos over here are getting leads. I actually got to go find mine. I must be the better salesperson. Okay? Whenever you guys are dealing with some stuff like that, it can be helpful to reframe it in that kind of situation. How is this actually making me a better at what I do? I'm thinking about a variation of this that I use when I'm in the gym that's helpful. It's not the same example. It's not the same example, but it's the same kind of idea. So like if I'm in the gym and I'm working out seriously, because I work out seriously, and a couple of bozos come working out next to me, and they're making noise and screwing around and they're being distracting, I can lead into that and get distracted to the tomfoolery, and my workout can suffer. And now I'm pushing against what's going on over here. Or I do what I'm telling you to do, which is I tell myself, okay, thanks for showing up, because this is training me to focus even harder. This is training me to have ironclad focus on what I'm doing. If I can ignore what the heck you guys are doing, I'm clearly really dialed in to my mind muscle connection. Okay. That's what I recommend for that. Good luck. Yeah, you don't need training wheels. Let him give the training wheels to the lesser peasants on the pyramid. Mindful Moon Astrology on Instagram said, "Hi, Andrea. I felt envious when my friend manifested the money to pay off her mortgage, then felt really bad after." Oh, don't feel bad. You know what? If you guys have those envious feelings, it's very common, okay? And it's not because you guys are bad people. That's not why you have that sense of envy when a friend gets something. The reason you have that sense of envy is because you've been trained into lack mentality about money. That's what it is. Okay. So that's a byproduct. And a lot of people feel really like terrible people because they have that envy or that jealousy. You don't want to feel it. I know you don't want to feel it. It's not because you're naturally a terrible person. It's because there is a feeling that money is in short supply. So when somebody else gets it, it triggers that feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm lackful. Okay. And I feel bad about that lack. Okay. Don't feel bad about it. Just start to practice the stuff we talked about earlier in the video, and you'll turn it around. Very common. "888 Yvette, etc." It's a long name. Says, "I've been focusing on my lack of subscribers in my YouTube channel because I'm just 200 followers to monetize my channel, and it's just stuck there." Yeah. Yeah. So instead of focusing on I have 200, well, I don't have the 2 million. I only have the 200. Focus on the ones that you have. 200 is an accomplishment. 200. If we put 200 people in a room, you would be impressed. Okay. You got to magnify what's going on. Okay. Opulent Beauty wants an affirmation to close sales, increase commission, like to close more sales. Oh man. Well, affirm the ones that you get. Remind yourselves of the one that you get. I love playing the game. I love playing the game. I like that one for wins. I like that one for accomplishments in all kinds of domains. I love playing the game. Sales is a game. People that are in sales kind of look at it as a game. If we're worried about I gotta close, I gotta close, I gotta close, I'm worried about getting to the destination. I talked about this in the last live. The more we focus on enjoying the journey, the quicker we get to the destination. So I love the game. Get on the call. I love playing this game. I love playing the sales game. Okay, so then when you go into it, you're coming into it from a place of fun. Good question. Thank you, Mindful Kim, for the super. I appreciate you. We got another super chat from Camellia. Thank you, Camellia. How does physical energy correlate with high, low vibration and manifesting? Is it impossible to manifest something positive or a desired result when tired? Or does a good mood override the lack of physical energy? Well, it's all interrelated. Okay? It's all interrelated. So, the lower the vibration, the more likely you are going to get tired. Okay? You can even look at this through the cycle of your day. Okay? So like when you wake up in the morning, hopefully, if you slept, you're nice and refreshed, you got lots of energy, you can attack the day. Then you kind of go through the day and a lot of stuff comes at you. Okay? Some of it good, some of it not so good. And over time, that high flying energy starts to dip down and then you go back to sleep and you boost back up. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with being tired, but it is an indication that, okay, I need to pause, take a break, take a nap, whatever it is that I need to do, because really your optimal vibration is not going to be a lethargic one. Okay? That doesn't mean if you're tired, you're going to manifest terrible things, by the way. It just means you're not in that super high flying place. I want to clarify that. I want you guys freaking out if you need to take a nap. Take naps all the time. Maria C. says, I understand appreciating how wealth comes, but if I'm manifesting to be job free and wealth at the same time comes through my work, is it contradicting my other manifestation? No, of course not. If you're getting more wealth through your work, that could help you become job free. Do you mean like if you got a bonus or something? I would take it. Okay? Just because you want to leave a job, I'm attracting money through this avenue doesn't mean there's not a billion other avenues. Okay? And like this statement we said earlier, when you can let go of something, that's very abundant. So just because that you got money coming in this way and you want to become job free and let go of that income, if you let go of it, you're saying this is a drop in the bucket. I can manifest more. So it's a perceptual thing. Okay? It would be worse if you wanted to be job free and you didn't have money coming through any avenue, right? Because you wouldn't be in alignment with money coming. The perceptual games we got to play with how we view. I missed your, Courtney, what did I miss? I missed your super chat. It's one of the first ones. Let's look. Sorry. Where is it? Oh, there you are. Sorry, Courtney. Courtney asked way back, how can I attract multiple sales every single day? Okay, so appreciating the sales that you get, that's the big thing. The big thing at first is managing, like if you have a goose egg day, not letting that tail spin you, okay? So in order to get to the place where you're making consistent sales all the time, if you have a day that doesn't go well, that's the day you have to manage, okay? So if a day comes up where you don't only get one sale or you don't get any sales, Courtney, what I want you to say is, oh, goody. Is the day for me to practice the day I really need to practice, okay? This is the day I really need to practice my positive mindset, okay? Meaning This is an opportunity for me to be happy anyways. This is an opportunity for me to focus on my abundance anyways. In fact, this sales not coming in right now is going to be my singular reason for getting my vibration as high as humanly possible today. Okay, so that's another thing that I will do if I have kind of a goose egg morning or things just aren't working out. All right, well, I guess we're taking the day off. We're going to go have some fun. I'm going to go have a good time today. I want my vibration as high as possible today. That goose egg this morning is going to be the reason that I'm in the highest vibration today. And then when I come back, guess who made some sales? Okay, so on the front end, you want to be appreciative for the sales that you already have. You want to appreciate the sales as they come, but the real trick is understanding how to navigate the L, navigate the loss. It's the same thing that championship like athletes are able to do. If they miss a shot or if they miss the game, it doesn't get in there. They use it as their reason to do even better. You understand? You got this. Great question. Thanks for waiting forever for the answer. All right. All right. Here we go. Britt, have you experienced more money flow after tidying? Like my house? I mean, yeah, I do feng shui. So yes. Yeah, I recommend it too. If you have the mind to sit there and learn all that stuff, learning how to tidy your environment and manage the energy, I believe, yes, very much can improve the flow of money. Absolutely. All right, guys, quick reminder. Again, if you have not yet, please make sure to sign up for the reminders for my new program if you are interested in learning more about it. Again, this is a program for people who would like to have a job. If you don't want a job, this one's not for you, okay? But some people, like myself, we like to work, but you don't want to work a job where you're stressed out or toxic coworkers. You don't want to work a job where you're working way too much. You don't want to work a job where you're not making that much money. But instead, you would like to work, but in an environment where you are very passionate and enjoying your day to day and making a lot of money. Maybe have some more independence, some more freedom, sense of fulfillment. If that's up your alley, if that's something you're interested in, make sure to sign up for the notifications for my new program. It's not going to be live until the middle of next month. But if you sign up now, when it goes live, I'll send you a coupon code to get it for 50% off for the first week that it goes live. So make sure to go ahead and sign up for those notifications if you're interested. The link, of course, is in the description on YouTube and Facebook, and on Instagram, the link is in the link tree in my bio. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. Gotta ask you guys to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, make sure to do that and hit the notifications because it'll tell you when I go live next. And then also, if you are new to my work and you haven't done this yet, make sure to take my manifesting test. It is free and it only takes 5 minutes, and it will show you that you are the creator of your reality. So it will enable you to put something out and watch it come back. And this is important because you need to know for yourself that you're the creator. I can talk about this all day long, but until you get practical experience with actually manifesting something, it may just seem like this is a fairy tale. This isn't real. Okay, so make sure to take that test if you haven't yet. That test can be found at manifestingtest.com. Again, that's manifestingtest.com. And again, Linktree in my bio on Instagram. All right, guys. So my plan is I'm actually not going to be here for a little bit. We're going on a vacation, my family and I. It is the kids' spring break this coming week. So I will not be here on Thursday and I won't be here on Sunday. I will miss you guys very much, but I will be back the following Thursday, which should be Thursday, March 27th. So if you remember that, make sure to join me again. I'll be on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the same time. So I hope to see you guys there. Yes, I will miss you very much. But thanks so much for today's live, for coming along. Thanks for all the supers. We got a lot of those today. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much and for the good questions. And of course,